there are expected other numbers to appear. I'm here to tell you a bit about the East London Garden Society as such. It was a huddled room nearly a year ago with 4 people sat in it. And questions were asked: how do we do this? How can we get that? How can we get this information or that information? In some bright spark came up the idea, why don't we start a society on gardening? We were all keen gardeners. Why don't we start a society on gardens? Well, how can we do this? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. You know, and here we are now. We had a launch last September in St Matthias Church, which was reasonably attended, and we had so much press on that. And we're having this particular conference today. All the people in this conference, of course, come together, have been so kind to donate many of the items, the tables, the equipment, Unit 1 production. They've all donated their experience and their skills and their products to come forward and make this conference a success. So we are out there in the community as we speak. People have heard of us. Statistically, on our Facebook page, we reach 169 countries, believe it or not. We have 1,500 hits per month on our Facebook page. It's amazing, it's amazing. Yeah. And I've been told by Facebook, we've had 30,000 people so far look at us throughout the time Facebook has been up and running. You know, so this is quite amazing. This is all from 4 people in a small huddled room nearly a year ago. Why I'm mentioning this is because people want gardening to happen. People want to come together and be promoting urban gardening. People want a flower show. People want a best garden competition. We had a magazine recently come out onto the streets. We placed it in a certain area, and scientifically we decided how quickly these magazines will move. Within 2 weeks, they were all gone. 300 magazines in 4 places, 4 or 5 places, were all gone. And people have come to me and said, why can't we have this on a monthly basis? Why can't we have stories in about gardening? Why can't we have about Burtlock's potatoes stabbed last night, shock horror, you know, and things like that? Why can't we have stories about people? Why can't we have people of gardening in East London, happening in our magazine? Why can't we have that in our East London Garden Society? This is what we're about. We're here to promote gardening in all aspects of gardening, vegetable growing, flower growing, quite carp producing maybe, who knows? Gardens are a Barbie doll. You can do anything you want to with them, they also have to add on.
I mean, the first question really, a rhetorical question to throw out is, why does the NHS bother to do something called community engagement? Well, the very simple answer to that is that we realise increasingly, and the evidence shows, that we can't do this on our own. We can't improve health simply as doctors, nurses, commissioners in the health service. We need you at least as much as you need us, in other words.
Wonderberries, which are tiny wee ones, they're smaller seeds, they grow like weeds anywhere, maybe a bit of an acquired taste, but I will say in my garden they're just seeded around the edge, so they're not going to take away from anything, any growing space where you could grow anything else. If you just sneak them in round about, you will get these little blackberries, which you can eat raw, probably a bit nicer cooked, related to aubergines and deadly nightshade and tomatoes, that family. And they will persist very long on the bush. I had some, well, in December, I was too lazy to pick them, and then I still just left I tend to leave my stuff out of the garden for the sake of the wildlife, and they are still there in February, so that's the very last. I've now dug them up, so they last a long time. And then rat tail radishes, which are slightly bigger ones in here, they're not quite tiny, a couple of them.
We're quite excited there. There's a major big open space. I'm looking at trying to bring back what we think is probably the first pick your own. Remember the pick your own stuff? We used to go out to Essex, quite a lot of people used to go to Essex, pick your fruits, that sort of stuff. Well, you know, I can't do that very much now, but we hope to have our own pick your own orchards along Silvertown Way this time next year. And that brings, that's again a piece of land that's going to be left redundant for the next 4 to 5 years because nothing's happening there. So that's the type of work that we're doing practically to try and involve people in growing and and sowing and so on.
We're a campaign to support 2012 new community food growing spaces in London by the end of 2012. So the idea was that we're based at Sustain, which is a charity that supports food and farming. And our idea was that we saw this rising interest in community food growing, and we wanted to set London a really ambitious target. And we knew that all eyes would be on the number 2012 because of some big event that's happening this year in the capital. And so we thought we would capitalise on that number.
And I think somebody has said earlier on about, working with kids, how much they thought they actually went away with, how much an effect it did have on them. And I think that no matter how long they're actually with you, they might come for one session and one session only, you can guarantee that will stick. There will be something there that will stick in their psyche, or how much enjoyment that they have, because we get groups that will come back to us time and time again, or we get groups that maybe just come along once, and I'll meet somebody maybe about 2 or 3 months later and say, oh, I came to the farm once, or my son and my daughter came to the farm. They loved it. It was great. We had a big impact. Not being able to get back, but they absolutely loved it.
Winterton House is a 1960s refurbished block of flats right next door to Watling Street Market, just off the commercial road, down the side of Deacross Street. And at the back of the flats there was a very large space, completely covered in evergreen bushes, and behind that there was again a big piece of land that was used basically for dog exercising and the rest. And because the Gardens was almost directly next door to Watling Street Market, and because of the amount of bushes that were actually on the land, at that time we had a resident population of somewhere between 80 and 100 rats. Now, I have to tell you that there's a good side to everything, and the rats, horrendous as everybody may think they'd be, actually ate every slug and snail on the property. So when we moved in and said we were organic, it was incredibly easy, because the greatest threat, if you like, to organic garden, the slugs and the snails, had already been eaten.